Hey everybody, what's up? Circus here coming at you with this week's power rankings, or as Kamel likes to call it, the top 5 decks of the week. And as you can see right now, he does have a hat on, so that might give you a clue as to the number 1 deck. So how are you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing good. I'm ready to eat my words, So let's
Yeah,
get into it.
it's
Yeah.
tough. So if you guys are new to the video, basically what we do here is we track tournaments all week and we see how decks perform. And then we assign points based on how they finish in the tournament. Okay, so if a deck gets a first place finish, it gets 6 points. If it gets a second place finish, it gets 4 points. If it gets a top 4, it gets 2 points. And if it gets a top 8, it will get a single point. All right. And the tournaments we track every week have to meet a certain criteria, and that they have to be rounds of Swiss into a top 32, a top cut, and then they have to have a single deck with a side deck format, right, where you can have 7 cards in it, and then you can side in a skill if you want to. All right. So the decks that met that criteria this week were all the Battle Phase series. There were 6 of them this week. The Meta Freaklies, the Meta Weekly, the Pharaoh's Cash Tournament, and the LE Hotel Cup. All right.
No New World this
Yeah.
week.
Yep. All right. So with all that being said, the number 1 deck of the week. Take your hats off, gentlemen. Shiranui. There you go. Shiranui.
Oh man.
How's that make
Yeah,
you
man.
feel, Kamal? How does that make you feel?
Shiranui is undoubtedly proving to be once again the most dominant deck of this format. And yeah, that is also because of the 2 ways to play it, but just because of Shiranui just has so many tools that the other decks right now are lacking. They have the ability to disrupt you on both ends. Of course, being able to banish cards out of your graveyard with combo Shiranui, that can disrupt recovery for a lot of decks. I'm talking about Shiranui when we should talk about it when we get into it. But the Power Rankings as a whole, Curry right up there with Shiranui
Yep.
at 32 points. And then there being a large gap. Kristron's falling off hard this week. They were up there with Shiranui, and they did not do so hot this week. But that's because some of the surrounding decks did very well in exchange. Heroes winning a tournament yesterday, and Invoke Roids getting a large amount of points, larger than they did the week before. And Circus, you were proven wrong as well.
Yeah.
Invoke Roids snagged that number 5
I
spot.
know. I almost feel like you're gonna have to send me that hat in the mail so I can eat it as well. I guess there's gonna be a Herf versus Circus Part 3, which I'm not looking forward to. But yeah,
Yeah,
as
Herb
Herf
is gonna
predicted,
lay
a
it on
number
you.
5 spot on the power rankings. He said, "Can I be there for the recording?" I'm like, "Nope, you cannot be here when we talk about it."
So we'll definitely have to see
Yep.
where the spike in points came from for Invoke Roids. That'll be interesting. But first, we got to tackle Shiranui. And do we have a do we have a combo Shiranui list to look at this week, Circus?
You know what? We do not, because it doesn't win.
What?
It
Are you
does not
serious?
win.
Again, it didn't win.
No.
Okay, so this is the closest we have to combo Shiranui because they are playing one Ghost meets
Oh, this
Girl,
makes it
and
hybrid. This is hybrid Shiranui then. Because if you play control
technically, right?
Shiranui and you play one card out of combo Shiranui, it is now hybrid Shiranui.
Oh, but technically, this is a couple cards from combo Shiranui.
Oh, this is 100% hybrid then.
They are playing combo, and they are playing Samurai and Spirit Master, as well as the Ghost meets Girl. So taking a little bit of advantages from
Yep.
both sides. Samurai, of course, banishing on battle is a powerful effect that you usually do not see in Shiranui because they rely on their Sun Saga effects and their traps usually. But being able to special summon the Samurai out when you see a threat that you need to banish is pretty nice. And look at that, 4 tournament wins this week from
Yeah, it's
Shiranui.
huge.
They absolutely dominated Battle Phase. They won half of the Battle Phase events this week, as well as the Meta Freakly
Yeah, it's a lot of
what is that, Saturday?
top eights for it this week. And look at the overall representation. 226 people playing. It's over
That's
11
more than last
tournaments.
week.
Yeah, so it's like 22 people per tournament, basically. If you go into a tournament, it's 196 people. 22 of them are going to be playing Shiranui, guaranteed.
It is absolutely insane. Of course, however, Shiranui do not have their insane conversion rate to the top 8 that they did last week, back down to 6%, which is a more typical top 8 conversion of Shiranui, but look at where those people who are getting to the top 8 are getting in tournaments.
Yeah.
4 tournament wins out of the 6% of people that made it to the top 8. Look at all those results. That's insane.
Yeah, so I feel bad because, like I said last week, I got a little cocky with a guy in one of our video comment sections where he's like, "Well, why do you guys recommend Ritual Beast? Shouldn't we just get Shiranui?" And I was like, "Man, that deck is garbage. What are you talking about? I got all this proof. It's on the decline." And the past 2 weeks, it's just spiking straight up right now.
Yes. So I think you have to be careful when deciding what kind of Shiranui deck you want to build if you are a new player. Which boxes you're going to get into. Of course, you're going to go into the Shiranui box to get all of the core monsters and synchros, and then you have a decision to make. You could either go after that hardcore back row, or you can start fishing for your Gozukis, for your Ghost Meets Girl from the Mayakashi box,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So you're
Lot of
definitely at a
URs.
crossroads. And the Sealing Ceremony Katone, that's in an old box, so you're going to have to go in there as well if you want to play combo Shiranui. So think about that.
Yeah,
So,
lots
yeah.
of URs, lots of URs.
Maybe we'll make a guide on how to build Shiranui, how to build the 2 versions.
Oh, there you go.
That may be my next video. Okay, so Shiranui, very powerful deck right now. I've got to say, I've got to own up to it. They are basically tier 1 right now. They are so good. 4 tournament wins in a week. Can't deny
So
that.
look forward to that video from Kamel tomorrow. So if you see this on Monday, on
Tomorrow.
Tuesday,
Oh, God,
how to
don't
build
do that.
Shiranui will be out from a new account,
God.
from scratch. All right.
Maybe I'll work with her.
Moving on to second place here, Karakuri. It was actually pretty close with all the tournament finishes. They're only behind by 4 points. They're a hot deck right now too.
Yeah, Karakuri have, despite being the target of one of the most fiercest side deck card system down, this week they have really come up 132 overall representation. That is great of a deck that is going to combat Shiranui, because look, you're not going to get anywhere close to Shiranui. And
Yeah.
a 10% conversion rate to the top 8 is pretty nice. 2 tournament wins, 4 top 4 placements. And recently this week, especially in tournaments, I have seen the power of Karakuri Gamma Oil.
Oh
When
yeah,
people
it's
do
huge.
not when people do not play system down, or if they just don't have hard outs to Karakuri monsters and all they can do is destroy them, Gamma Oil makes people look like fools, reviving their Karakuris, reviving just fodder so
Yeah.
that they can use a Namzon from the hand and then synchro off that. Like, there are so many plays with just this card. People were not playing it at all before, and now, as you can see in this winning deck list from Akai-san, playing it at 2 in the main.
Well, that's the thing. The only thing that's keeping this deck in check, and Chris Ron's the next deck on the list, is system down. Because
Yeah.
people can side those in. Without those, I think these decks would be running just rampant through tournaments.
Right, and that's the thing. While this deck does play 2 Gamma Oil to recover from their monsters being destroyed, this deck still no out to system down, 0. Once all your machines get banished, this deck can do nothing once your machines are banished. That's it.
Yep.
So take advantage of the 7 deck side deck. I said it last week, I'll say it this week. Through system down, run it. Karakuri is placing their number 2 in the power rankings.
Yep.
And Crystron's, we're about to talk on it, they're number 3. 2 machine decks are in the top 5. So look,
it's a safe side deck. All right, let's take a look at Crystron's.
Yeah.
I say it every week, but this is now like a legitimately a high tier deck, or should be if it's not, because it's starting to do stuff. This is way more than it did the whole time it was a quote unquote tier 1 deck. I mean, we're seeing way more finishes. It's a better deck now than it was 6 months ago or whatever it was. We're seeing Crystron OTKs now, like all the time. Like we saw Crystron versus Ritual Beast. You're like, oh my god, this is gonna take forever. I saw a best of 3. The whole thing took 15 minutes because both decks can like play quickly now.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crystron's, you can see their overall representation, 69. It is remaining at that like higher standard than it was before. It's been placing around 80, 70 in the high 60s lately, and a 10% conversion rate, maintaining that.
That's
getting
really
a
good.
tournament win on the week. 10% conversion rate despite their overall points dropping from last week. That's still very, very good.
Yep.
Crystron's, they're just still solid at what they do. People in this winning list, you can see from Razuya opting to drop Crystron Rion altogether in favor of another Crystron Impact. That just shows how powerful the card is. That is your out to system down. That is what Karakuri does not have that Crystron's have. That out to system down. And if you have a chance to play two of those, you should play two, since that's what everyone's gonna, side against you.
I think that's what we've been seeing, those dropping Rion in favor of other cards, because they don't go. You don't see them going into Corion very much anymore.
Right, look, we don't play Powered Insectron. Why are we going into Rion? Our level 6s are Bryonic and Coral Dragon. They're not machines. We're gonna make them with Psychic Wielder. We don't need to play Rion.
Right, it's so much better watching, or it's such a better deck with the Bryonic and the Coral Dragons in there. They're so much quicker. They return the cards to the hand, they attack in, it's over. It's great.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Crystron's
So if Cool Star's watching, and he better be, he's probably really excited because he is a huge fan of the next deck, and that is Heroes. I even said this deck's still a deck. It's still around. Here it is. I didn't know that, sir. But
Yeah, Heroes have been popping off lately, and this deck is kind of tied to Blackwings because they share that OTK deck slot, whichever one is more dominant
right.
in the meta right now. But guess what? Witchcrafters got nerfed to smithereens, and they fell off. And Blackwings had a very good spot in the meta because they have a very good Witchcrafter matchup. And I don't know. I didn't see Witchcrafters anywhere near the top 5, but we had the whole list of the power.
Yeah, well, I did that video with Neg about Witchcrafters. They're saying they're tier 2, and Witchcrafters
definitely they are strong. However, they lack the representation that they did when they were.
I know.
Not
they
as
had the same
by
representation as Heroes. Heroes had 54. They had 52, and they got 3 top 8s basically. So.
Well, I mean, Witchcrafters compared to previous weeks, they had more in the past. Heroes will always kind of, the 50, 30, 40 like that. Did pick up a win yesterday in Battle Phase Saturday, the pop-up. And yeah, this is just pretty much the basic hero list. I'm not sure what's doing so well, but an 11% conversion rate, that is going to put it in contention for the best of the week. This list, I want to say, is playing Bring It. I don't know for sure. Playing Plasma, so I would assume so. Bring It, getting you Destiny Hero Plasma, which negates all monster effects on the field. That's a really powerful out against pretty much every deck on the tier list.
All right, now this is the one I don't want to talk about, but we will. That's going to be Invoked Roids. Deck is doo-doo. I'm done.
Invoked Roids. So this is very, very interesting. And
it won the LE Hotel Cup.
Okay.
That's it.
So
it's a tournament win. It's a tournament win, but it is what it is.
It looks like it placed all right in battle phase tournaments. And this is just really you want to talk about a back row deck?
Yeah.
My gosh, this is a back row deck. Using fusion reserves as well, that's dirty, man. To get back your Roids and or Alistair so that you can continue to Purgatrio. This deck is disgusting. He even plays Cowboy.
Yeah, Cowboy for a game.
Anthox is going to be keeping Invoked alive.
Yeah.
But this deck is pretty solid. I have to say this is pretty solid. Most people are saying Kite Roid is very good right now. It stops most decks, pretty much every decks, I want to say, push for lethal on a turn. I just want to say, don't quote me, but pretty much no deck can out Kite Roid in one turn except for
oh my god, you should see the chat right now. The comments are going crazy. Actually, Kamel. Kamel.
Kamel, did you know? There's this interaction about to end up like Herf.
Yeah, they're gonna destroy you.
But yeah, just the back where they're playing, it just complements Invoked Roids so well. bad aim, just removing things that annoy you, flipping stuff down that annoys you. Submarine Roar will attack directly until you decide to defuse it into Cositis.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to get wrecked.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, it is what it is. It did well. I mean, it's got a 10%
You better
conversion rate.
you better take some notes
I
for your
know.
debate with her during the
I
tournament
might just
today.
not show up. I might just not show
No, you
up.
got look. You got to come prepared.
I know.
Today, you got to watch, spectate as many as you can.
Yeah. All right. Let's look at the at a glance stuff here. Overall representation, first place, obviously Shiranui with 226.
And look at this. And look at this. Blackwings once again. Number 3 of representation. Where were they in the ranking circus? Where
Number
were
6. They were number 6. They won the Meta Weekly. They won the
gosh.
Meta Weekly.
Okay. But goddamn, Blackwings.
Oh, and the PCT. So they won 2 tournaments. It's just
they won 2 tournaments, but I guess the highest scoring decks were.
They missed out by 1 point. They missed out by 1 point.
I don't know, man. Getting beat out of the top 5 by Heroes, a deck with 54 and Invoke Roids and Cristrons.
Yep.
Oh, they all had like half or a little bit above half of the representation. Blackwings, I don't know.
What I love is those Teller Knights still in there. People still trying them out. Down there at number 17.
Dark Magician and Ritual Beast as well.
Yep.
More representation than these 3 lower decks. No spot in. I guess they were like 7 and 8, right?
Dark Magician got 10th place, and Ritual Beast got 11th place. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! What the heck? What was 7, 8, and 9 then? We gotta go back. That was crazy.
Blackwings, Megaliths, Gokis, Witchcrafters.
Megalith and Goki. Whoa.
Yeah.
Megalith. That's the honorable mention. Holy.
Yeah. All right. Conversion rates this week. Goki in first place with 19.
Again, that's the second week in a row they're the highest, right?
Yeah. So, followed by Heroes, Cristrons, Invoke Roids, all of them with double digits. Karakuri, double digits. Ritual Beast, 3%. Not happening, Bo. Not happening.
Yikes.
All right. Man. Top 8 finishes, as you would expect. Shiranui on top, followed by Karakuri, Cristrons. Mayakashi, Triamids, look at that. They're in there. Like,
man, they're in there.
Scoring
1 point.
Points.
Let's go.
But as you can see, yeah, Goki's got a high conversion rate until it starts hitting the top 8, and then it just kind of flounders. Only 4 of them making it through, but there you go.
I see.
And the most victories of the week, obviously going to Shiranui with 4, Karakuri 2, Blackwings with 2, Heroes, Cristrons, and Invoked Roids. So there we go. Looking at the main list again, yeah, Megaliths outperforming Dark Magician, outperforming Witchcrafters, outperforming
And Dark Magician
Beast.
was just one of our top performing decks. We were telling people you may as well go on Dark Magician. Is doing so well right now. 6 points this week across what do we have? 10 tournaments?
Yeah, 11, and 84
11.
people played it, so the representation is a little down when you look at like Shiranui, you look at Karakuri, maybe it would have scored more points if that many people played it, right? Maybe.
Yeah, but still 84, man, 6 points. That is not good for Dark Magician, especially when they were doing so well in the opening weeks of Zexal World. So
2 top 4s and 2 top 8s, that's all they got.
Yeah, that's not good.
Brutal. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this series. We always have fun doing it. We're going to do it every week like we've been doing for months and months and months. So if you do like it, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff, and get in our Discord. And I think Kamel's got something he wants to say. What is it?
No, I was just,
what is it?
I was
what
just
is
gonna
it?
say, you know,
what is it?
We're really gonna be waiting for the new mini box to hopefully change things up. And if you want to be notified about when the new mini box is coming out, what's gonna be in it, click the notification bell, because I'll be up at 3 a.m. recording a video, recording the box review, so you can get it as soon as it's revealed.
There you go. Get in our Discord, because that's where we also host all of our tournaments, and we got a great new player help channel. So if you have any questions, we're more than happy to answer them there. Because if you put them in the comments section here, we may or may not get to it. Just to be honest.
Yep, and
we try to, but we're all pretty busy. Yeah.
And be sure to participate in Spook Phase, taking place October 25th through the 31st. Going to be a $50 tournament every day of the week.
6
Be sure to get it
tournaments
in there.
Yep.
6 $50 tournaments. There you go.
All right, we're gonna get out of here. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm Circus. That's Kamel.
Peace out, guys.
See ya.